Hey guys, what's up? My name is Mizzlesticks. This is my commentary and retiming video for my most recent Minority Report Any Percent World Record. I'll just show you guys real quick that this is in fact my video that we are dubbing over. I have the sound muted so we can talk about the run and enjoy the lunacy, I guess. So thank you guys for joining me here, and let's jump right into it. There we go. So, the whole premise of this game is that we are going to try to prove that we're not going to commit murder by murdering a whole bunch of people, honestly. So we start out, suspect Andre Serena. He's our first target. He's going to be attempting to commit a murder, and we're going to stop him. We stop him during the cutscene. He runs off. And we're going to take out his goons. And the first thing we are going to do is throw his goons out like a 40th story window. Because murder, right? Like murder. So, run down this hallway. This hallway here, actually, one of the two guys can actually get stuck on that, on the doorway on the side and not make it through. And if that happens, the door stays open. You don't have to fight those guys. It's completely RNG. So you see we pick up some money here as we jump over that railing. Money in this game can be used for power-ups, extra ammo, and upgraded abilities. And we're going to be saving a lot of that money coming up for an ability called Face Smash. And Face Smash is the best ability in the game. So we're going to chase Andre Serena into this meat locker. We're going to go over here and we're going to collect a little bit more money. And we're actually going to pick up Hard Uppercut here. It is something I'm trying to route out of the run right now, because I don't necessarily think we need it. It does do a little bit of extra damage on the uppercut, but we only use the uppercut for this and the first Ben Mosley fight. So we take out Andre Serena, wait for him, and cutscene. There we go. I'm a little ahead, but it doesn't matter. So we move on to suspect Nikki Jameson. Nikki Jameson is going to be our big bad of the game. Now this is essentially an escort quest. An escort mission. We have our colleague Barry there, and Barry has to survive the stage. If he dies, you fail and go back to the start. Anytime you die in this game, you go back to the start of the level you were previously on. There are no checkpoints. There's nothing like that. It's just right back to the start of the stage, which is an absolute bummer on some of the longer stages, the longer fights, just to have to reset the whole thing. So, I'm going to take out some robots. We're trying to keep Barry safe here. The guy has a concussion rifle. We're full on concussion rifle ammo. I tried to get the pump jump there. We jump across those canisters. It actually saves you the time of having to climb up. You got to be pretty spot on with your timing. So the good thing about Barry in this this quest is that once we reach certain parts of the stage, like the decontamination chambers or the top of that staircase there, Barry warps to us. We don't have to wait for Barry to run to us. He just warps to us. So we're gonna, we can run ahead of him quite a bit, actually. Run up in there and take out that guy. We're gonna hit the button, and Barry is gonna teleport to us. There he is. Hey, Barry. What's up? So you might notice the shotgun in this game is a bit hit or miss. And by hit or miss, I mean you can be on top of an enemy and completely miss a shot. Luckily in this run, it doesn't look like I missed one, which is good. So we move on. Suspect John Anderton. That's our name. We are now the prime suspect for pre-crime. Pre-crime has determined that we're going to murder somebody. In this case, it is a man by the name of Roy Verhagen, who John has never met. So, suspect name, John Anderton. So we get our roll credits moment, Minority Report, everybody runs. So we're going to have to try and make our way out of the office. So we're right in the heart of pre-crime right now. So we're going to run down to this door. Pre-crime's going to rush in because they know we're trying to leave. And the door is locked. So we have to turn around and we have to go get our card key, which we left in the ready room. Because we didn't think we would need a card key to leave, I guess. So we have to go all the way back the way we came. Like back up the stairs. Past all the pre-crime officers. We don't have to fight any of the red, blue, or green guys in the stage. We have to fight one person. And as this guy here, the yellow guys drop spider bots. This guy drops our card key. So then we just turn right back around and we bunny hop our way out of here. You'll notice jumping is quite a bit faster than just standard running in this game. So we tend to jump as much as we can. Some places it's just not prudent, like doorways and stuff. It's really hard to get through. So now we get our first fight with Agent Mosley. We're going to try to pin him in a corner here. Just because he tends to run around a lot. Like, once he summons pre-crime officers, he doesn't want anything to do with us. So as you can see, he's running away. So we're going to try to pin him in the corner here. And we're going to let him summon all of his pre-crime guys, and then we're just going to take them all out with the concussion rifle. Now, this admittedly did go pretty slow. It was not a great Bear's Cave. As you can see, we have a possible time save of 22 seconds on this stage. That's how bad this stage went. So as you can see, now we're just cleaning up the pre-crime officers with the concussion rifle. If you're a fan of ragdoll physics, this game is for you. So now we've got escape from pre-crime. We're going to steal a jetpack from the Bear's Cave and we're going to leave. Jetpack escape. We're going to get to fly a jetpack. And the jetpack handles, I want to say horribly. Horribly is maybe not apropos. So to handle the jetpack, up and down on the thumbstick, on the control stick is back and forward and backwards, and then left right up and down on the C stick handles your directions. So there's some the word I'm looking for, I guess, would be altitude control issues with the jetpack. It's not perfect. So we stand on the we gotta stand on the stairs there because we have to bait this last guy in green up the stairs. So we have to take out 3 of those guys and then 3 of these guys that come through the next door. And we get to move on. So we're finally going to make it out of the subway station. And we have to beat up 3 more pre-crime officers here to move on. As you can see, I'm trying to keep the officers off screen as much as possible, just to reduce lag. There we go. Beat up 3 guys there. Go through this tunnel into this open area to gain more access to the subway. We have to defeat 5 guys here. We're going to take out the 2 guards here. And then 3 more on the ground. And to do that, we're actually going to grab the machine gun here. As I said, the jetpack handles quite cumbersomely. You want to try to pin another pre-crime guy between several of the guys with the machine guns. Just because they they take friendly fire, actually. So a lot of times you'll get them to hurt each other, which is fantastic. All right, so we get into Welcome to Mall City, Mr. Anderton. We're going to get our security clip here. So there is a point in this stage where we can actually take out some security guards without them being in our area. It saves us the trouble of going through a couple of different sets of fights that are just generally slow, especially if you can get a quick security clip. So we're actually going to prep the shotgun here. We're going to use that later on in the stage. So we jump on this planter. Now, once we're on the planter, the guys behind us don't think we're there anymore. We're actually technically on the same plane as the guards up there. They're committed to fighting us. And we're just going to hammer punch them until they're all done, or until we see Pre-Crime run through that door. Once Pre-Crime runs through the door opens and we can move on. So then we're going to run into the security office here. We're going to take out the two heavyset guys coming through the door. They are our trigger to get the next door to open, and we made it perfectly through there. This guy opens the door for us, and we are going to leave. We're done. That's it. End of stage. Mall City Courtyard. So there's a ventilation cycle we're going to hit here. It's a tight window for a one cycle. In order to get that, we're actually going to skip a cutscene by jumping onto that planter, that little camera-looking thing. If we walk down the path, it triggers a cutscene. So we're going to avoid that, and we're going to jump up here, and we're going to head into the ventilation system here. Now, this is a very tight window in order to get first cycle. That's how tight the window is. That vent started blowing as soon as I got in there. But we get the one cycle on it, so. Otherwise, you lose about 40 seconds to waiting for the cycles to line up so you can actually get through. So we're gonna grab this machine gun here, and we're gonna just defeat everybody that's in this room. Take out the robots pretty quickly as well. The robots do a fair bit of damage. There we go. And we escape through the elevator. So we're going to move into the mall proper. We're trying to get to our buddy Rufus at Dreamweaver Theater. He's going to help us out, but in order to do that, we have to stop a mall riot. So we move into Mall Rats here. This stage, you have to defeat anywhere between 17 and 21 bandits. And they have baseball bats, and they're just trashing the place. A lot of them won't acknowledge you until you've hit them. So you'll see a lot of guys running around. They're just doing their thing, just being scoundrels. So we have to actually chase after them. We'll catch a couple of them with the concussion rifle just to get their attention from a distance. And a lot of this will be slide tackling. They don't have much health. They have a lot less health than any of the pre-crime officers. So we will typically just slide tackle them. Between the damage from the slide tackle, the fall damage they take, and damage they take from bouncing off one another, usually it takes a couple slide tackles to take out any of them. We chase this guy down. Him and his friend kind of got away. That hammer fist does a lot of damage, so we tend to use that a lot when there's groups of enemies that we have to take out pretty quickly. So as you can see, that guy was not going to fight us. He was actually content to run right by us. Yeah. The enemies don't quite react like human beings would. Picked up the wrong guy there. So we're just defeating enemies until the elevators open, in which then we get the final 5 enemies of the stage. Problem is always finding the last enemy because you never know where they've spawned. Sometimes they spawn upstairs, sometimes they spawn downstairs. And that'll open the elevator. We get our final 5. I had bad luck with Sly tackling the guy in the suit. He wasn't having any of it. Also, he's dressed awfully nice for a riot. But yeah, that's it. We've cleared the mall of thugs. We now move into Dreamweaver Theater, where we're gonna get accosted by security. So why not? Security's after us again. Fend off security. We have to find our buddy Rufus. Rufus is nice enough to have a shotgun in here, though. And we're going to take out some of the security guards with the shotgun. Which, there you go. There's an example of the shotgun's amazing accuracy. Trying to save some shotgun rounds, so I've actually opted to just shoot the robot with the concussion rifle to finish him off. There we go. Controls got a little weird there. So we've got one last robot in here. Free $100. It's always nice. And that's it. We have found Rufus. Rufus is cowering behind the bar now. Hit that early again. I mean, it's whatever. So we've gone back to our apartment to try to regroup, to try to figure out what happened. And Pre-Crime knows where we live because we're the chief of police for Pre-Crime. So we have to fight our way out of our apartment. Now these 3 guys in the elevator are the key to this stage. And unfortunately in this run I lost track of them. The only 3 people you have to kill in this stage are the 3 people from the elevator. Everybody else is completely ignorable. But I lost track of them. And it costs you so much time. Like, we could already be out of this stage if I had managed to keep track of the right 3 officers. You can literally ignore everybody but the officers that come out of the elevator. So, alright, lobby fight. We're in the lobby of the apartments. We're trying to make our way up to the roof to escape for some reason. It's another stage. You don't have to kill everybody. In order to get the security room door to open, you have to take out 6 of the pre-crime officers that are dropping in from the ceiling. There are 7 total. So you'll see we're going to chuck a couple of guys over the railing. The roundhouse kick, that spin kick, is a nice way to get people over the ledge. That's 3. We missed with that guy, so we're going to move on. That guy's 4. 5. That's the last guy there, and we're going to... I thought I had sent him over the ledge. I missed. There we go. Door opens. We're going to ignore literally everybody else now. Grab that money and hit the Skybridge door. Run out of here and escape through the Skybridge. We out. So Skybridge is your product placement stage. You have to defeat everybody in the first 2 waves of guys. There is a way to have enough money for the face smash attack by the time you get here. but it's just not time effective at this point. You've got plenty of other options. Like, I've got enough concussion rifle ammo to make do. There's also this knee to the gut combo that does a little under half health to most of these guys, so it is a good alternative. So I've held on to a couple of concussion rifle rounds. We're going to try and knock a couple guys out of the air. If they fall from far enough, you do get the luxury of not having to really fight them, just because they fall from enough height that they just die. That hover ship there just looming in the background, just ready for us. It does not attack us while we're inside. That comes later. Alright, so we've taken out the 2 waves of guys. We have a final wave of guys here. We only have to take out the guy in the yellow in order for the door to open. So once the guy in yellow is done, that door will open. We're going to break our way through the glass. We're going to run past a couple of pre-crime officers so we can hit the button for the elevator. Now we just have to get these 2 guys to leave us alone, because once we get in the elevator, they can still hit us and kill us. That guy almost got in. And it's a matter of just getting to the rooftop. There we go. So we get our big first major boss fight here on Rooftop Battle. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to murder a few more pre-crime officers. And I mean murder. Look at that height. And tell me that these men aren't going to be dead. Try and get a spin kick. And the blue guys duck them. Like, they tend to duck them a lot. This was a very slow rooftop battle for me. Yeah, there you go. Tell me those guys aren't just dead. He gets to live. Normally you throw them all over the ledge and move on pretty quickly. For some reason this run, Pre-Crime decided it wanted to mess with me at every turn. Nobody from Pre-Crime wanted to go over the rail. That guy eventually goes. He just keeps ducking spin kicks, dodging rolls. Like, at this point, like, he deserved that. So, once you take care of all those guys, this door opens. We ignore literally everybody in that hallway and go back up to the roof. We're going to pick up this wasp launcher. It fires a bunch of little mini rockets. We're going to use that sporadically. We're going to use this machine gun, though, to take out the 3 remaining pre-crime officers up here on the roof. And then we're going to get to fight Danny Whitwer. Agent Whitwer is going to show up, and he's going to be no threat to us. Not yet, anyway. There's Whitwer. We're going to fire the wasp launcher at him, dodge the rocket launcher shot, and Whitwer is done. So now he's going to get in the hover ship, and now we got to defeat the hover ship. The hover ship sucks. This hover ship... So you see the damage it's taking? That is lucky. That's lucky damage. Because the hover ship does not take damage while it's moving, typically. And that could mean anything from flying around to wobbling in the air. Its hitbox is so picky on whether or not you're allowed to damage it. So actually here we're going to be... had a pretty genius move of getting right in a position to be right underneath it to make sure it took the damage. So there we go. So the hover ship battle, that's where a lot of good runs go to die. never pans out right. The hover ship can just ignore your damage. You could have trouble dealing with the ground troops that it drops off. Pretty much. So we move on to Lair of the Spider Bot here. This is a pretty straightforward run through the sewers. We're going to detour a brief moment to grab a machine gun. Now these bars will break to a single A-B-B combo. Like a single uppercut combo breaks those bars, so John Anderton has super strength apparently. We're going to ignore everything else in this stage. This guy is going to pretend to be a threat. I think in this run he actually ran into that water, like the middle open area, and if he does, he dies. He falls to his death, so we're going to run right down in there. Cool. So Steraflux pumps. I think I take a death here, actually. I think I take a dumb death here. So Steraflux pumps is not too hard of a stage. So we're going to run in the water because the water's pushing us forward. So it does make us move a little bit faster than if we were just jumping. Yeah, there we go. That's where I died. Alright, so moving on. Trying again. So we jump into the water. As you can see, the water's pushing us forward. We're running faster than we normally could. And we're not going to fall back into the water. We're going to play it super safe. We're going to kill both of these men. They are dead. That is murder. In an effort to prove we're not going to commit murder, we have murdered two more police officers. I didn't have time to make this cycle. If you get caught by the falling Steraflux, you fall into the whirlpool and die. So this is going to be the land of missed cycles just because we fell and died. So I did figure out a little bit of movement tech to make this go a little bit faster going forward. You can actually, instead of holding right, you can tap right, and like you can hold, instead of continuously holding right, you hold right until his moving animation stops, and then press and hold it again, and it resets the internal cooldown. So we bought an invincibility shield here because it's faster to actually fall down this waterfall than it is to take your time and jump over the obstacles and stuff like that. But you take a ton of damage if you do it. So in order to avoid dying, we have to buy an invincibility shield. It's just faster. It's the only way to survive it. So we do have to take out all of these troops. Now I'm actually saving these rocket launcher rounds for the next stage, searching for Iris. There's a lot of robots coming up we're going to want to use those rocket launcher rounds on. So they're making sure we got all the guys. That door now opens and we get a bunch of spider bots. And we're just going to crouch by the door and spin kick the leg sweep the spider bots. Once all the spider bots are done, that door opens and we move into the final room. So we actually have the pumps themselves and we have to turn them off. And that's just as simple as pressing 4 buttons. Now once you press the first buttons, the workers kind of come after you. You can ignore them. Press the buttons. Run off the ledge. Don't jump off the ledge because you'll get the landing animation and lose a bunch of time. So this is the start of several greenhouse stages. Searching for Iris. This information kiosk we're actually going to grab a shotgun out of. We have to crouch walk our way out of the information kiosk. There we go. Yeah, so we're going to take out a couple of the robots with the rocket launcher. The rest of these robots are pretty much guaranteed to be 2 shots. go. Kill all those robots. The door opens. We're going to have to kill the rest of the robots in this room for the next door to open. That guy's a one-shot. He's a 2. We take him out. 2 more robots in this section, and then we get to move on. So we missed a shot there, point blank, because this game's hit detection is fantastic. There we go. Grab this money, and we're going to climb through the window. And that's the end of the stage. So then we got our next roll credits moment, Minority Report, once again. He's going to talk to the creator of Pre-Crime, and she's going to tell him to find his Minority Report. But first, we got to fire our way out of the greenhouse. So these pre-crime officers are going to fall from the ceiling, and we're just going to throw them over the ledge. So we have to take out 3 of these guys to get the doors to open. Well, to get the spider bots to spawn so we can get the doors to open. So we're waiting. Boom. 2 for 1 special. Now we have to defeat all the pre-crime in this room. The shotgun is the fastest way to do it, but we have tons of ammo. We grabbed machine gun ammo. Those orange spider bots explode. So if you can actually get them on screen near any of the pre-crime officers, you can get a huge amount of collateral damage and a bunch of friendly fire damage, so that way the officers take themselves out pretty much. Guy with the machine gun is a bother. Alright, now we're down to concussion rifle rounds. Dodging the guys with the 6 sticks in green. The 6 sticks do exactly what you would think they would do. So this guy just didn't want to die. Now our door to the exit is open. I lost a fair bit of time on this. And then just run into that room and you're done. Alright, Botanical Garden Bash is going to be another defeat all the pre-crime stage. Guy's going to give us a machine gun. Thank you, friend. Just going to stomp that guy out real quick. So in this stage, I actually made a bit of a big error in how I took out one of the officers. That guy with the shotgun there in red, I should have taken him out up top, and I didn't. So because I didn't take him out up there, I never found his shotgun that he drops, which then cost me like 45 seconds on Fossil Room, the next split, because I had to go about the rest of that stage the slow way. Just throwing guys into that tree, it's fantastic. Yeah, sometimes if you're too close to that railing, the guys won't go over the railing. So you see, I jumped down. I was looking for the shotgun, but it didn't show up. We can actually ignore those guys and get to that door, and the stage is over. So yeah, Fossil Room was the stage I was talking about. Just no shotgun makes this first section take forever. Because you got this guy with the concussion rifle and a couple of guys with 6 sticks. I thought about buying a shotgun. I realized, like, wait a minute, like, I'm trying to buy the shotgun. It's $500, which I'm actually glad I didn't, because it would have set me back a lot towards getting Face Smash, which would have cost me a lot more time going forward than not having the shotgun did. But it just goes to show the importance of having that shotgun at that point in the game. So the guys in blue, the brawlers, are kind of obnoxious because they uppercut you into the sky and you just get ragdolled forever. There we go. He's gonna give us a machine gun. I tried to bait that guy into the exploding spiders, but it didn't quite work. So that's going to be the door we want to go through. I'm going to pick up shotgun ammo that we're going to need for the stages coming up. Throw these guys over the railing. Unfortunately, there was still a couple of guys left over. They didn't die when they went over the rail, so we have to throw them again. That card key is to one of the secrets. Completely ignorable. Take out one guy here, and then we just run past everybody. And move into the Japanese gardens. So now we have $450. We can buy our Face Smash, which does a lot of damage at this stage in the game. Like, that guy interrupted our Face Smash, but he was still already locked into it, so we do get the damage from that. Just, his health bar just disappears. Oh, we caught an uppercut there. There we go. I'm going to take out this last guy. He's going to give us some ammo. We want that. That's concussion rifle ammo. That's pretty good. This guy, for some reason, was impervious to damage where he was. So here we want to take out the guy with the shotgun pretty quickly. He does a lot of damage. And this is definitely a stage where you want to mitigate damage because there's going to be a new type of guard bot at the end of the stage that carries a rocket launcher. And they are incredibly precise sometimes. Alright, so we take out all the guys there. This door opens. We see spider bots. We ignore spider bots through that gate. There we go. Grab a little extra money. So we're still picking up money because we're going to need power-ups later on in the game. Some strength boosts. In the event we need more ammo, we're going to hang on to some money for shotgun rounds. Because at the very end of the game, we do need shotgun rounds. This room here, it's not safe to face smash these guys. There's just too thick a congestion, and all it takes is one guy jabbing you with a sick stick to make literally everybody else start jabbing you with a sick stick. So we got a little separation there, so we were able to do it though. So once you take out all of these guys, this door on the left opens, and there's our guys with the grenade launchers. Like I said, they are a thing. There we go. We're gonna get back into the sewers. So now we're on to the sprawl. We're actually going to try to head into the slums of 2054 Washington, D.C. And to do that, we have to avoid all the Steraflux falling from the ceiling and avoid the pre-crime officers. So this is really just flying to the end of the stage. This is the kind of stage that you read some donations on, things like that. There is a way. You have to have the right angle for it, but you can fly through the Steraflux fall if your angle's perfect. It's really hard to do. It's inconsistent. Here's a guy with a rocket launcher. We have to try to avoid that. He has really good aim. So there we go. Escape through the sewers. So now we're into the deep sewers. And we're on the Steraflux backwash. So the whole time you're in this stage, you are taking continuous chip damage from the fumes. But again, you don't have to fight anybody. Just make your way to the finish here. It's pretty much a race against time. You got to be careful with some of the guys. Guys with the rocket launchers are a bother, but this was just about as perfect a Steraflux backwash as you can get. I'm not going to save these splits, just because I'm getting like fake golds and stuff. So now we got into the Pepper Hotel. We had reconstructive eye surgery to replace our eyeballs, so the ident scanners can't detect us, because that's how life works. So we have to take out these 3 guys so we can get to the staircase to take out more guys. We're going to lure that guy down. We're going to take out his friends first. Yeah, kill the guy with the 6-stick. He is the biggest time loss. There we go. That guy gives us a concussion rifle. We move into the lobby. So we're going to jump up here because we always could use more concussion rifle ammo. Especially to clear this room, because there's going to be a lot of guys in this room. Pre-crime comes in behind us. I'm not sure how they got in behind me. Dropping in from the ceiling, I guess? I don't know. There we go. We're out of the hotel. So Sprawl Riot, we're gonna pick up a hidden shotgun here inside this one restaurant. We're gonna avoid the guy with the chair. Please don't hit us with a chair. Go. Alright, and we're going to face smash our way past pre-crime. We get taken out a couple times by some Molotov cocktails, so it's a bit of time lost there. You just got to be careful of guys throwing Molotovs. So we take out 4 pre-crime officers. I'm looking around for the 3rd or the 4th one because he went MIA and got hit with another Molotov. For some reason, this guy didn't want to take damage. We finally get him. So they declare martial law. There's going to be a hover ship that flies in here. That guy throws a chair at us backwards because he's a wizard. You can actually pick these guys up, pick these guys off out of the sky. Unfortunately, with that other guy there, I didn't get my aim right. So all 4 of them made it to the ground alive, so we had to actually go about this the hard way. So we're trying to hold on to a bunch of our shotgun ammo because we are going to need it coming up. So those cars, that explosion sticks around a lot longer than the screen shows. I've died jumping through there too early. So now we just have to take out 2 more pre-crime officers, and then we're done with the stage. Fortunately, the riot police wanted to have their say in the matter. Yeah, and then pre-crime decided to hit him with the 6-stick a couple more times here, guys. Alright, Brawl in the Sprawl is our next boss fight. It is Ken Nara. Ken Nara's got a wasp launcher and a bad attitude. So we're going to try to deal with both of them at the same time. The best way we know how. With a shotgun. There we go. Uppercut, shotgun. Uppercut, shotgun. Easy as that. Just rinse and repeat. You can wall him for days. So he got into as you can see, the wasp launcher does a ton of damage. And then the stage doesn't end until he despawns, unfortunately. So Ken Nara is defeated. We're going to go into the subway. Make our way to the subway platform, and to do that we're just gonna ignore everybody and unlock the doors. Jump back out the window, and those guys will all be locked out. They can't make it to us. So we got a few guys we have to fight down here at the subway platform. This guy with a shotgun. So this is one of those stages where face smash comes in really handy. So there's just waves of guys, and you can take them out pretty effectively with the face smash. And here, I had a couple guys stacked up, so hammer drop. So now what we're doing here is we're actually heading back into pre-crime. We need to pick up one of the precogs that predicted our future so we can find out if we're actually going to murder the guy or not. So we have to return to pre-crime. So it's going to put us up in the ready room, and we're going to fight our way through pre-crime in order to kidnap a precog. Start by taking out a couple of officers. We do have to clear this room. Once we clear this room, the last person we take out will drop the key card we need to leave. There we go. Found a key card. We're actually going to take a small detour to the left here. This detour actually gets us more shotgun ammo, as well as I want to say it's concussion rifle ammo. Yeah, so we pick up some more shotgun ammo and some concussion rifle ammo, which we'll be using later on. So we need to make our way up to the upper level so we can pick up the stimulant, and then we're going to pick up the precog gear, which I don't know what precog gear is, but we need it. Otherwise, Agatha won't cooperate, I guess? I don't know. Makes no sense. Supplies room, we got the precog gear. Find the manual override to open the door to the temple. So now we have to go up to the security office. And during the run, I have one mantra. Don't get lost in pre-crime. So here we go. We didn't get lost in pre-crime. Hooray! We gotta take out that man in the suit to get the key card so we can open the temple. And now we play Don't Get Lost in Pre-Crime Round 2. And Round 2 is the bonus round. Don't die in pre-crime. Our health is low from all the falls we've been taking. And there's guys with machine guns. Don't get killed in pre-crime. Here we go. We're going to jump over these guys and make our way into the temple. So we successfully steal a precog. And we're going to go download the information off of her by taking her back to our buddy Rufus. But first we got to help our boy Clancy the janitor out. He's going to try to buy us some time, but security isn't having it. Pre-crime's not having it. So now we have to protect Clancy the janitor. And here we get food fight. We've been saving a bunch of ammo for just this moment. This stage is a lot of combat. We take out 2 security guards, and once we do, pre-crime shows up. So we're going to take out 8 officers here. Take out 8 pre-crime. Grab the grenade launcher here. You don't have to worry about tracking how many you've killed. You do want to start making your way back to Clancy. Who, by the way, neat fact, is named Clancy after the actor playing John Anderton, Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown, also the voice of Dr. Cortex in the original Crash trilogy. So, pretty cool guy. Alright, so Clancy's now under attack from more guards. I'm going to take those guys out, and it's going to spawn more pre-crime. And this is now 2 waves of 5 pre-crime officers. Forgot I had the grenade launcher equipped at that point. Alright, so as you can see, we're out of ammo. Now we could buy more ammo, but we're actually going to save that money for for the next boss fight coming up, because we are going to need a lot of power-ups for that fight. So at this point, we're just taking out pre-crime. Protecting our boy Clancy. And then we'll be able to try to get to our buddy Rufus at Dreamweaver Theater. There we go. Clancy is saved. And now Rufus. So Rufus, we're going to give Rufus Agatha so he can download the information from her. But now Pre-Crime's trying to break in. So we got to stop Pre-Crime from breaking in. And that brings us to Mall City. And pick up the submachine gun, or pick up the machine gun here. Now, all we have to do is kill every blue Pre-Crime officer that comes through. We can ignore the red ones if we want. It is not wise to ignore the red ones, because the red ones with machine guns will rack up damage on you faster than you can think. So, pick up a little extra health. You take a lot of damage on this stage, unfortunately. It is just wave after wave of blue armored Pre-Crime. You see, with the way I'm doing the audio, unfortunately we don't have the game audio. They make great sounds when they fall. Some of the guys, when they fall off of a high height, will shout like, "Oh no, I'm falling." So you know they're falling to their deaths because they're nice enough to tell you, "Oh no, I'm falling." Good guys. Stand up dudes. Stand up dudes that we're killing in order to prove that we're not going to murder somebody. There you go. So we're trying to thin out the numbers of the red officers too. Just to try to mitigate some of this damage we're taking. I'm actually going to go pick up some extra health here. Like I said before, if you die in a stage, you have to start the whole stage over, so we don't want to restart Mall City. It's so long already. Last thing we're trying to do is lose like a full 3 minutes to just one ill-placed machine gun bullet. So the whole thing they're trying to do, they're trying to actually just break through the glass doors. If they succeed, you have to restart as well. So that's why you'll see me like staying by the doors. So it gets a little dicey here. I did play it safe. I went and grabbed a little extra health because once the final guy's dead, you have to wait for him to despawn before the game registers that you finished the stage. So there we go. Now Dreamweaver download. Pre-Crime has gotten inside. So now we got to clear 5 waves of Pre-Crime out of the interior of Dreamweaver. So this stage, during this run, decided to really demonstrate why the shotgun aim is so bad and what my big grievance with it is. Because that man should have died like twice already. Throw that man over the bar because there's hidden money in like the taps and stuff. So Missed a shot there. Missed a shot there. Missed a shot there. And there. So like I said, this game is really picky with the shotgun. I was actually a little bit panicked here. I thought I was going to die. And I almost did, but missed another shot there. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, my shotgun aim was like 0% for like a minute and a half there. I was actually very upset about that. It just, there's nothing you can do about it either. It's just the game just decides your shotgun round's missed. So final wave of officers. We got a really good slide tackle there. Took out all of them. Unfortunately, the stage went pretty slow just because we missed so many shotgun rounds we could have been saving for these last few guys. Alright, so we get the information we need from Agatha. And we're moving on. Pretty sure I started the timer late on this. So, oh well. Alright, so subway train fight. We're now riding the train away from the mall. And pre-crime has found us. So we're going to fight our way through the train by throwing people off of a moving train. In a game where we're supposed to be proving we're not going to murder somebody. Count the dead bodies at this point. Take your pick. John does not want to seem to pick up this guy with the machine gun. And anybody that says they're not dead does not know how moving subway trains work. That man's career is over. Actually, the fun part is throwing them through the door windows, because you can fit them through the door windows. It's actually ridiculous. Hang on, do I do it here? Yeah, I do it here. Through the door window. Let's go. So this guy's going to throw spiders out. It's just wave after wave of guy out the window. There we go. So then we get Mosley round 2. So this is actually the longest fight of the game. Mosley round 2, you can't use weapons on him. You have to do it with your bare hands. I did discover, the run before this, I actually discovered a soft lock on this, where after a while he's going to call out, he's going to call for reinforcements from pre-crime. They're going to come in off the trains. If you crowd the door, you can actually trap one of the pre-crime officers in the train out of bounds, to where you can't get to them. They won't run off the train. And as long as there's a pre-crime officer up, Agent Mosley's invincible. Like, he takes no damage. So, alright. So we took out one wave of pre-crime. I want to say there's 5 of them. We're going to use that face smash combo. 2 face smash combos will move Mosley into his next phase of summoning pre-crime. So we actually just we're gonna fight them pretty much barehanded, like the standard way for the first couple of waves, and then we're gonna move into we're gonna be buying strength boosts, so we can take them out a little bit faster, and then it will also allow us to advance Mosley's phases a little faster, because the longer this goes on, the bigger the waves of pre-crime, the more threat there is. There we go. So yeah, so we bought the strength boost. We do a lot more damage. Our face smash combo does not do that much more damage, so it's actually just better to slide tackle and hammer fist. So Mosley's gonna mess with us a little. There we go. Pick up a little bit of health here. And we force the next phase. So I tend to go for the spider officer pretty early. The spider officer will run away from you. He's very non-confrontational, which makes him an absolute hassle to deal with sometimes, because he just runs away from you. So you end up having to chase him down quite a bit. You know, that should push. Yeah, so that pushes the next phase. This is the last wave of pre-crime officers. So we'll buy our last strength boost there. You're only allowed to buy so many of each item. So there's only 3 strength boosts you can buy. So we burn them all on this stage, because this is the one stage we absolutely need them for. You have to be able to clear these waves pretty quickly. So as I said, the spider pot guy is a bit of a jerk. There we go. That's the end of the Mosley fight. Mosley is down. And we get to move on. So now we're going to fight our way back out of the subway. This one is just a standard beat 'em up stage. We have to clear all the guys in the platform, then move up and clear all the guys in the main section and the guys up at the top of the stairs. And then we get to move on. The guy with the shotgun is typically your first target. He does a lot of damage. This is very much a slide tackle stage. There's just such a heavy density of enemies that you don't really have a lot of time to set up the face smash. Especially with a lot of, especially with the blue pre-crime officers there to uppercut you out of the combo. There we go. So the door opens, we move upstairs. Unfortunately, throwing them down the stairs does not kill them, I found out. It's not far enough of a drop, they just run right back up the stairs. You gotta be careful. The guys in blue duck spin kicks, unfortunately. And that's how you get uppercut. And John does the split. There we go. So the guys from upstairs are now spawned in. So now what I'm going to do, since it's only the guys from upstairs, now I'm going to run up the stairs so I can actually throw these guys to their death. There we go. Ignore the rest of the officers and out the door. So back in the sprawl, actually this one is great. You don't have to fight anybody in this stage. What I typically do is I slide tackle this guy to get him off of us. And then if you jump off the sidewalk and hammer fist at the right angle, you get up on top of that bus. Normally you would have to fight all three of those guys, and then a piece of metal would fall over that you can run up to get over that thing. So I want to say we made a very big mistake here. I lost a lot of time due to dumb stuff because I was trying to jump off the railing and fell. So it was a bit of a shame. We lost 20 seconds to that because we had to go back through the hand over hand section again. We almost died too, which is a little bit tense. There we go. And in the window and out of the stage. Deja vu all over again. We are once again going to fight our way out of Pepper Hotel. It's a rinse and repeat of the Pepper Hotel stage almost. With the exception of the fact that we're actually up a floor from where we were before. And we got to fight our way through thugs rather than pre-crime officers. You got to be careful of guys with Molotov cocktails here. Very narrow hallways. So it's really easy to get bombed with Molotovs in here. But again, they take a lot more damage than your standard pre-crime officer. Take out all the guys on this floor to open the door there. Clear that guy out of the room. So now there's guys in here with the Molotov cocktails. That guy just blew up two of his friends. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to go downstairs. Same way we did before. Ignoring the spiders. And we have a ton of thugs in the doorway. We have to defeat all of the thugs in order to move on. We could buy ammo. I did get kind of cornered here. Took 3 baseball bat shots before I finally broke free. It's the importance of making sure your slides are right so you don't get caught in the middle of a bunch of guys hitting you with baseball bats. There we go. So we're on the final few stages. This one is Okawa. Okawa is the easiest stage in the game. You fight nobody. It's a fetch quest. He wants his laptop. That's it. You run to his house, get his laptop, and return. It's literally just running past every officer you see. Grab his laptop. Ignore pre-crime. Is a 45-second stage. That's it. He wanted his laptop. He's got his laptop. We're done. So in through the outdoor, we're into the the robot testing facility. Or no, it's well, it's a factory. It's a factory. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna break this window out, and we're gonna try to avoid this dude with the rocket launcher. And then you want to hit this from about a meter out, so you can jump and grab the ledge. I was a little too close the first couple times. Move through here and grab and hit the switch here. Shuts off the valves that are flooding all this, so we can actually make it over to this elevator. The problem was these guys were in the way and would not let me press the button. So now we get to press the button. So I'm gonna buy a shotgun here. I've got enough money because there's a rocket launcher robot here, and we're gonna have to deal with him. So we're gonna open the door at the end of the bridge, and we're gonna make our way down there, take out the pre-crime officers, and we're done with the level. There we go. Level complete. Saw factory floor. So we had a big... I want to say I had a big error on this one. So this is a relatively simple stage. We don't actually have to fight anybody on this stage either. We do take a lot of damage on it. So punch out the window. We open that doorway so we can get onto the conveyor belt. Those laser fields do hurt you. They do a fair bit of damage. So, yeah, so I clipped the elevator. So I have to wait for the elevator to come back down. The way you're supposed to do is you land on the elevator and it takes you up. So here I'm actually going to, because I'm low on health, I'm actually going to buy body armor. Because the... Yeah, I didn't have enough for the full armor. We're going to be running through a lot of those laser fields. And they do a lot of damage if you're not careful. So you just see, we'd have just about been, actually we would have died from them. So robot testing grounds, next to last stage. I'm going to take out some robots and get a whole bunch of ammo to facilitate the end of the stage, which is going to be a gauntlet of robots. So yeah, that guy fired a rocket launcher at us. Not a friend, that one. See, I picked that guy up because I thought the hit into the railing would kill him, but it didn't. Now you can throw enemies into those vats of like Steraflux and other disgusting solutions. It will kill them instantly. Like this guy here, we're going to just go ahead and end his career. More guys will come out of this door. Now, what you could do, if you felt so bold, would be to run down to the end of the path. By the way, I just definitely stun locked him into the vat, which was fantastic. I had a good laugh at that. You could round everybody up and take them down here. It turns into too much of a mess, though. And you end up with a fair bit of frame rate lag if you do. With just all those sprites on the screen at the same time. There you go. So I'm going to throw these guys into the vat. There we go. Door opened. You do only have to kill so many of them. Alright, we're going to pick up a shotgun. We pick up some money. So Roy Verhagen's going to monologue for a moment, talk about what his plan was. He wants to take over pre-crime and put one of his own men as the commissioner, because that makes sense. So he's going to send his guard bots after us, and There we go. So as we take out waves of the robots, there's going to be ammo spawning up here. We are going to be collecting all of it. It is super important that we grab as much of that as we can. Because we're going to need a bunch of ammo for the final stage, Return of Suspect Nikki Jameson. Yeah, I fired that one a little too close to myself. So this is a stage where it's easy for the game to crash. All the particle effects from the rocket launchers coming out tends to make it a bit of a mess. Also, I definitely almost die here. It was a little close. Alright. Final stage, Return of Suspect Nikki Jameson. This fight takes place on numerous floors of this facility. The first thing we're going to have to do is we are going to have to fight her a little bit. We're going to pick up the shotgun here. I grabbed this money just in case I need to buy more shotgun ammo, some armor, some invincibility, things like that. You do want to try to combo her with the uppercut. 2 uppercuts and 2 shotgun blasts are usually enough to send her into phase 2, which is where she starts sending robots after you. Take out these 4 robots here. We're going to pick up this robot's head to unlock the door. So we head through this door. Now we want to make sure in the end of this we have at least 1 shotgun round. You want to have as many as possible just in case you don't get the quick kill, which I know this run does not get the quick kill. You can actually get through this without taking out that green robot because the red one is the one that drops its head. But somehow I shot it through the red one. Figure that out. There we go. I wasted a rocket there. Decided to target one that was already dead. We're just dodging grenade launcher shots. Alright, so there is a quick kill here where we can defeat this phase of Nikki Jameson without ever touching her. Where she throws herself down this hole. I am going to go for it here, and it's not going to work. But we are going to get her. We are going to use that uppercut combo to shotgun her into the hole. It did not work this time. But we do get it eventually here. She dodges a lot of your first punches, which is why it's important to get her with just the uppercut. That one I actually sent her over the pit, so figure that one out. But yeah, and then once we finally get her lined up, we shotgun her into the pit, and as soon as she falls, as soon as she actually see the fall animation, time. There you go. So I'm pretty sure I started the timer a little late. So there it is. There you have a Minority Report any percent. Pretty neat run. A lot of things that can go wrong. It's a bit crazy. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.